welcome back to Matt again. My name is Rampage and this is Gaming News. This article is Ubisoft rumored to have watered down the Division's graphics. So, I'm just going to read two sentences here. Actually, I'll just read this quote. We really loved the reception to the demo we showed on the PC version at E3. Currently, as it stands, there is definitely a lot of push coming from publishers to make, not to make the experience too different from consoles, as to alienate people into thinking that next generation is not as powerful as PC. This is probably what happened at Ubisoft Montreal. I think that while making stability changes is definitely important, it does not completely obliterate a lot of enhanced rendering applications. Okay, with all that said, there's only one slight issue with that entire thing, and that is the fact that apparently Ubisoft, as the publisher, believes that next generation is on par with PC? That's a worrying approach. Now, obviously, it's not exactly what it says. It says that they don't want the next generation systems like Xbox One, PS4 to look that much worse than the PC version. If it does, then that would push people away from buying games on consoles, and because Ubisoft have a very large market in terms of people buying on consoles, they don't really want the PC version to be superior. Now, there is obviously going to be PC master race people out there that state that the PC is always better. Yes, the game runs at 60 frames per second, yes, it looks better, but is that a better experience if it's going to be stuttering all over the place? No. I don't care what any of you say, that's a fucking bad idea. But I guess it comes down to the amount of developers, the amount of developing studios that are actually working on this game. Now, according to the wiki, yes, I'm referring to the wiki here, it states that the developer is only Ubisoft Massive, but at the bottom it's got like Ubisoft Reflections, Ubisoft Anansi, and Red Storm Entertainment. Also being the developers. I don't know what they're developing, they're obviously doing something within the game, but yeah, will the creative vision be the same as the E3 demo that we originally saw? I don't think so. And my reasoning for that is that they haven't really specifically stated what the actual game is. They sort of say that it's a MMO or it has MMO elements, but originally they were like, oh, you know, you'll be playing the game and then some people will just show up and there'll be actual players, this sort of thing. That means that the game is required to be online. Now, they also state later on here, something about, naturally we will also be using online servers and have to produce a synchronization that higher graphics add to the latency, so it had to be turned down. Last time I checked, visual quality didn't really have anything to do with latency. I could be wrong there, I don't really play many multiplayer games, but the ones that I do, it doesn't really make a fucking difference. And if it does, I believe that you're doing it wrong. I'm not a developer, I don't know these things. If you know how this sort of shit works, leave it in the comments below because I have no fucking idea. But the way that I believe it should be working is that the level itself should be loaded client side, then things like players, bullets, damage, you know, fucking kill feeds, all that sort of stuff, and obviously loot, is done server side. So I don't really understand why they're bitching about graphics and latency if all they're doing is basically the normal multiplayer shit. I don't know, I just find that really weird. But yeah, I don't know, what do you think about this? Do you think that the Division was great? Did you like the Division? Did you play the beta? If you did play the beta, what did you think of the performance, both on consoles and on PC? I did play it on consoles, but for whatever fucking reason, Sony actually decides that you require PlayStation Plus to play a fucking closed beta that's free. I'll just let that sink in. That's a stupid fucking idea. Anyway, I'm gonna make a separate video about that because I just think it's total bullshit. But yeah, what else? Yeah, that's about it. Like, honestly, I never really understood what the Division was trying to do. I don't understand why it has a story. Yeah, it seems like it's just going to be this multiplayer game with MMO elements in there. So yeah, honestly I don't really care for it. As long as I can play the entire game co-op and I don't actually have to go into the MMO space, then I honestly don't have any problem with it. But the fact that it automatically connects me into a random server is a huge problem for me, because one, we have the potential to connect to games that have people that will lag, like Asians or people from Germany or just all over the world. Because I live in Australia, it's a huge problem. If these guys are lagging on my screen, meaning I cannot shoot them, I'm obviously not going to have a good experience. So I don't know if that was the problem just based on the beta, if any of you Americans had the same problem, I don't know, but when I was playing, there was a few problems there with people lagging all over the place and stuff like that. Obviously that was ping related because they live in a completely different country than I do, but yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, it doesn't interest me in the slightest, so I don't know, I'll play the open beta, whatnot. That obviously got recently announced, but yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the Division, don't really have any interest in it, don't really care for it at all. But yeah, let me know if you have an interest in the Division, whether you want to buy it, whether you played the beta and all that sort of stuff in the comments below. My name is Rampage, please don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.